Admittedly, there's a risk in any course we follow other than this, but every lesson of history tells us that the greater risk lies in appeasement. And this is the specter our well-meaning liberal friends refuse to face, that their policy of accommodation is appeasement. And it gives no choice between peace and war, only between fight or surrender. If we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, eventually we have to face the final demand, the ultimatum. And what then? If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Well, Nikita Khrushchev has told his people he knows what our answer will be. He has told them that we're retreating under the pressure of the Cold War, and someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically. He believes this because from our side he's heard voices pleading for peace at any price, or better read than dead, or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war. Now let's set the record straight. There's no argument over the choice between peace and war. But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender.
Now, North Korea reportedly wants to talk with the United States to guarantee its security. This was the clear message relayed on Thursday by Russia's foreign minister to his US counterpart, Rex Tillerson. Park Jong-hong with the details.
While North Korea is talking tough about a war with the US, it is apparently looking forward to dialogue with Washington. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov says North Korea wants to sit down with the US to seek guarantees on its security. He was quoted by several sources as passing on that message to U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson in Vienna on Thursday. The two met on the sidelines of a ministerial conference of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. Lavrov said Russia is ready to support North Korea's dialogue with the U.S., adding that it's willing to help facilitate such negotiations. Meanwhile, Russia's foreign ministry said Tillerson and Lavrov agreed that Pyongyang must thoroughly abide by the UN Security Council resolutions. This comes after North Korea blasted the U.S. on Thursday for the large-scale combat drills taking place over the peninsula, saying the exercises are, quote, confrontational warmongering that makes a war inevitable. On its state-run news channel, North Korea added that, quote, it does not wish for a war, but it will not hide from it. Responding to the tension, China's foreign ministry spokesman urged all parties to stay calm and to refrain from provoking each other. He said a war would benefit neither side and would threaten the lives of many people. Against this backdrop, China has sent a special envoy to the U.S. to discuss North Korea-related issues. Beijing's Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, Zheng Zheguang, is said to meet with Matt Pottinger, the head of Asian Affairs at the White House's National Security Council. Park Jong-hong, Arirang News.
It's been a massive show of force against North Korea, but South Korea and the United States are preparing to wind down their largest Air Force exercise to date. The allies have spent the past few days going over various wartime scenarios, including targeting North Korea's key nuclear and missile facilities. Our Kim Hyun-bin for us this afternoon at the Defense Ministry.
Seoul and Washington have been conducting a massive air combat drill known as Vigilant Ace. The 5-day exercise is the largest ever combined Air Force drill between the two allies, involving 230 warplanes and around 12,000 personnel. 24 U.S. stealth fighter jets took part in the drills, 6 of them F-22s, 6 of them F-35As, as well as a dozen F-35Bs, marking the first time the highly advanced jets have cruised the skies of Korea at the same time. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is said to be the most afraid of stealth fighters, as they can easily get past the regime's air defenses undetected. Other U.S. assets include 2 B-1B bombers, and 6 Growler electronic warfare jets, as well as dozens of F-15s and F-16s. South Korea has deployed 90 fighter jets, including its F-15 and F-A-50 fighters. The U.S. also flew 2 B-1B supersonic bombers over Korea for 2 consecutive days on Wednesday and Thursday, carrying out bombing drills over the Yellow Sea near North Korea and China. It is unusual for the U.S. to send the bombers, stationed in Guam, for 2 days in a row. Their exercise was simulated to target key North Korean facilities, including nuclear and missile sites. Kim Hyun-bin, Arirang News.
Because those voices don't speak for the rest of us. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery. Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard round the world? The martyrs of history were not fools. And our honored dead, who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis, didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not advance. This is the meaning, in the phrase of Barry Goldwater, peace through strength. Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material computations. When great forces are on the move in the world, we learn we're spirits, not animals. And he said there's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which, whether we like it or not, spells duty. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness. We will keep in mind and remember that Barry Goldwater has faith in us. He has faith that you and I have the ability and the dignity and the right to make our own decisions and determine our own destiny. Thank you very much.
First, I'd negotiate. I would negotiate like crazy, and I'd make sure that we tried to get the best deal possible. The biggest problem this world has is nuclear proliferation. And we have a country out there, North Korea, which is sort of wacko, which is not a bunch of dummies, and they are going out and they are developing nuclear weapons. And they're not doing it because they're having fun doing it. They're doing it for a reason. And wouldn't it be good to sit down and really negotiate something?
Russian foreign minister says North Korea wants to sit down with the U.S. to seek guarantees on its security.